Good morning, everybody. Welcome to live trading room for the Elite Trade. January 4th, 2022 today. The disclosures. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Got a large group today. Starting off. Excellent. Just gonna jump out and do a pre-market routine, checking out what is going on in the marketplace. Let's just jump out to the economic reports. One big thing is we have the OPEC meeting coming up, and with that OPEC meeting, we may see some volatility on crude oil, right? And it depends on when they're talking about it, so you can click on that. Sometimes it'll bring up the information, what is going on with an OPEC meeting and why investors care, okay? And then what we want to do is be able to look back and find out, well, when was the last OPEC meeting? When did things start to change around? What was the volatility around that meeting? Okay. We have ISM manufacturing numbers, which could move the market right around 10 a.m. Eastern, and often around 10 a.m. we have 85% chance that the market will change direction. Okay. So we always want to be watching and waiting when price intersects with the demand or supply area around that 10 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so our big timing today is going to be around the top of the hour. Okay. As far as news headlines, just kind of check out the latest news. A lot of front running. Nothing really profound out there. Investing Legend has predicted surprise for the last 37 years. Here's how he did last year. I mean, this is just fluff. Okay, there's nothing really moving the market just yet, which makes me really suspicious. And when you start seeing the headlines kind of go bland, there's no real direction, long or short. Take a moment and start looking at the FX products. The FX market is starting to move around, and the FX market will start to move before the futures and the equities. In the pre-market, the trend 0.76, okay, nice and quiet, not on the sell side. It's kind of right near the neutral area. Okay, dollar has made a slight breakout to the upside. We'll see if it's going to go through this area. Okay, we've had a lot of supply up in this area, so the next push should go through that. Okay, but it doesn't always do it with going in a straight line. Okay, and what I keep looking over to the other side is I do have a short trade on the Euro USD, looking for the breakdown of this area here for you FX traders. You can look to take the breakout just below this area right here, 1.12719. Your target in mind okay, so we're looking to take the breakdown, and your target in mind is going to be somewhere right around in this range here. Okay. Again, the lower part of this area has been used up. And if I were to look for a zone on the other side that might have been part of that, be kind of looking right in that area, 1.212173 area. Okay. Excuse me. Pre-market indicator is on a little more on the bullish side this morning, and could potentially start to break out. And the last few times when it broke out, it had several days where the markets were moving to the upside. So taking a vertical line, kind of looking back at the dates when that and how long it lasted, when price broke above and did a little breakout. Okay. And each time we did that breakout, how long did that move last? What was the mark? What did the markets look like? What time of the month was it? How long did the move up last? Okay. And these are things that as you become more curious about them, you start to anticipate breaking to the upside or breaking to the downside. How long was each one of those time limits when we started to see that surge in price? Okay. And this again is just a pre-market, and we can certainly take a lot of information off of this just by looking and using just the information that's on the price chart. Okay. And we can start to see, well, how long is the average move up? How long is the average move down? What did the market look like between June 15th and July 21st, or 20th of August to September 7th, 28th October to November 19th? Okay. What did the market do when we started breaking above that area? Okay. Advancing issues over declining issues. We're right in the no trade zone as in the pre-market as things are starting off. And I do want to keep an eye on the VIX, as the VIX may give us some good little trading opportunities here shortly. On the internals, I'm looking for the VIX to drop down into about 1529, and then I'll be looking to buy some call options for the VIX. Okay, we're still monitoring that. Good question. Let's see. The euro in the futures, if you're using the trade station, it's EC and then the month code and year. Okay. If you use, there you go. If you're using the electronic, the PIT symbols or the electronic symbols, which would be 6E and the H22. 5-year notes, as far as looking at bonds, we need to be paying close attention to those. Bonds just broke down, and now price is coming back up into the area of the break. Okay. We still have demand at 119.31.7, 119.26.7. Okay. The 10-year. You were starting to get, the 10-year was just right there. Okay. Just, I thought I would be able to get that one while our session started. 129.03 and a half. Okay. 30-year bonds. 30-year bonds just starting to come out of that zone. Okay. But again, looking for little resistance right around this area to see if we come down to that lower level. Now, this is not a trade that I would take short. It just doesn't have enough evidence to the left-hand side of the chart. Okay. All right, let's see what we're doing with the equity index. We have Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Tesla. Okay. All a little quiet today. Now, how do I know they're quiet? Well, we have Amazon only up 41 cents, Tesla up down $1.33, Microsoft 25 cents, Facebook 7. A lot of things that make you kind of feel uncomfortable. There's not a lot of strength behind it. Okay. All right. So what I'm looking to do is take a breakdown trade. I'm going to set this up ahead of time so that I'm not missing anything when I'm always scouring the rest of the markets. Looking to sell short, 16,485 3/4. Okay. 485 3/4. Okay, and my initial stop will be right up here at 526. It may not get there, or it could get there. Okay, right now I'm just preparing ahead of time. Once I hear the order field, then I'll come back in and make my adjustments to tighten up my stop loss. At the moment, it's just a trade that's sitting out there. The target will be looking for about 16,414. Okay. They're looking for a breakdown there. Okay, let's go out to the S&P. S&P also has a very similar chart pattern. Okay, breaking below 47.92, we'd look for a demand zone or short-term profit down about 47.86. Now, the higher probability trade is going with the context of the trend. So if you take a breakout trade, you're taking a little extra risk. If you wait for a buy territory, then you're taking a little more conservative approach. Okay. So I realize that the trend is up, but in order for me to go long in the marketplace, I need price to come back down to the buy territory. And between that place to take a trade short and the buy territory, there's a nice little pocket of points that I could capitalize on. Okay. Selling short, 47.92 quarter. 47.92 quarter. Okay. And wow, I don't even have leg base. I'm gonna leave the stop where it's at. And yeah, we'll look for about 47.86 as our profit margin. Okay. Now, just on like a 5-minute chart here, or even smaller, like a 3-minute chart, you could see that there may be another opportunity to participate in that short trade. Okay. Getting the breakout a little bit earlier. Okay. So a breakdown below that 4,800. Okay. Also keep in mind, we have a little bit of supply in place right up here. Not quite the 3 touches to take the trade to the breakout side. Okay. But we'll monitor that and keep a close eye on it. Okay. This depends on how aggressive you want to be. Okay. I might be a little aggressive on here. We do have some economic announcements. Taking the trade short, though, is going to be a more elevated risk. Let's see what the Dow's doing. Dow is continually pushing higher. Okay. Now the Dow on a larger time frame, I'm just going to give it a few points, Dave. Not much. If I was going to take the more aggressive entry, I would use whatever this high point is, 4804 would be my stop loss. If I'm taking the more conservative breakout, I need to see where the pivot high would be before the breakout. So let's just set both of them up and we'll see how we do. 47, let's go 4,800. And then we'll place our stop loss 4805, which will be right about here, which is right in that sell territory. And then we'll look for it to go down, bounce up a little bit, and continue going lower. So, okay, selling short 4,800. Stop loss, 48.05. Target in mind, 47.84-ish. Somewhere right around in this area. Okay. And thanks for asking those questions, Dave, or Shaw. It's important, you know, sometimes I get going a little fast, I get a little too excited about everything. And sometimes I just need to slow down. So if you change your chat, like I bring the chat window over here, okay, make sure everybody has it set to everyone, okay? Make sure it's set to everyone. That way everybody can see the chat. In pre-market, we have one Dow stock negative over 94 cents, and we have 8 that are positive. Okay, so that leaves us 7. At the moment, we take 7 times 2, that would be 14. Cash value equals 14 positive, and futures are trading at 17 positive. Futures are overbought by about 3 points. S&P futures overbought by about 3 points. Goldman Sachs getting a nice move to the upside. IBM kind of quiet. As far as the stock side of things over here, Goldman Sachs does have a sell territory and quite potentially a breakout trade going right up into that 408 area. Okay. So those are trade options. You could look at somewhat of a vertical spread on this. Okay. Going long, going long up until we get up to 410 and then taking the trade or then putting the short side on it. I did that yesterday, an option trade on Dow Chemical. Is I closed half of my position. I'm still long 4 contracts. Okay. But then I sold options against it. Okay. And so the Dow continues to move up. Let's come back over here. Let's see where the Dow is heading. YM heading up there, 36,676 and 36,755. And that's the area that I'm looking for us to, you know, come into that forecasted area on a bigger picture. On a NASDAQ, top side, 703. But as price gets back up into that range, we're expecting things to stall out. So it looks like we're just waiting for the Dow to get up to that area, and we're looking about that 48.14, 48.12 for the S&P. Yeah, the 3 touches is basically we're looking for an area where price has used a demand or supply. Okay. So let me kind of draw it out there. If we're looking for a long opportunity, we're kind of using the area where price met supply at least 3 times. Before it broke out. Okay, so here we see a resistance or sellers stepping in at least 3 times. Okay. Then we see that strong move through that area, which leaves a buy territory right down below it. Okay. So we have the breakout portion of the trade opportunity where we can take a trade going long. Okay. Now, demand zone should be there before you take the breakout. Now, once price comes back down to the origin of that move, after it took out all that supply, this is where we have our second opportunity to take the trade going long out of a buy territory. Does that help with the visualization? No, it's not about a time frame. It's about getting the right picture. Okay. Now I've done a lot of the work for everybody, and as we look at like the Dow here, I have a demand zone or buy territory at 36,435, 36,413. Okay. And I show the box over here where we have the three touches. Now, if I drop down to a 5-minute chart, I can then see once, twice, 3 times, and then price breaking through. Okay. But I don't always leave my charts on the small time frame. Okay. And see right up here, I didn't choose this area because there was no 3 touches. Okay. So I revert back to the 15-minute chart, and I already know that I've confirmed the information. Yeah, I'm still trying to, this is a relatively kind of a new way to train the eyes. Okay. So I'm using some boxes as I'm identifying support and resistance. Okay. And typically they'll be green. Okay. And we know not to take any supply zones or sell territory. Like this one would be a great looking picture, right? To have a zone right there. Well, what we've discovered is that when we're between resistance and support, that the supply zones, demand zones don't work, but breakout trades often work. Okay. So I had to differentiate where that zone is located. Okay. And use that information. Okay. See, here we have the 3 touches, my zone's on above it. Here we have 3 touches, my zone's right at this this area right here. Okay. And might even look just a little bit lower and kind of examine this move right here as well. Okay. So don't get stuck on a time frame. Okay. It's all about getting the right picture. Okay. Now I usually will start with about 120-minute chart, gives me kind of a bigger picture, a bigger scope of things. Okay. And then I start working my way down. Now, starting with 120 or 60-minute charts helps me get the picture right so that I can see that we will have trades during our session. Okay. So like we got 180-minute chart over here on the micro futures for crude oil. And I can see right here that prices come into that area and been rejected out of it almost 4 times now. Okay. Now that may be a little fuzzy of a picture for you to see at this magnification. Drop down to a 60-minute chart, and then you can see price hits supply, boom and boom and boom. So price had been rejected out of this range several times. This implies that the supply zone has been used up. So a break above that area will look to go long, but there's not enough profit margin in this one because we have a supply just on the other side of it. Okay. Hey, Daniel. Now, the only thing, are you still in your gold trade? I'm still in mine. I didn't move my stop. Nice job. Yeah, I thought I was going to give it all back. I made a little bit, gave it back, and then it held my stop loss. Nice job, Shaw Dave. Yeah, some of these, as we're starting to go through these areas, see right here, we have nothing in the way. Okay, nothing in the way. And this allows me to see that there's enough profit margin potential to get into it. Now we're just seeing the breakout portion of that, and we'd have to look down below to find the demand zone down in here in order to splice in to the uptrend. So let me get the stocks out there. Starting off with BXB. I did post only 4 of these on the Twitter today. I have about 8 of them. So if you're trading the stocks, I'll make a reference back to these in a few minutes. But I want to give you that picture right now. BXB entry 120, 11 cents, 129.28 target, stop loss 114.68. CC, which is Shimona's company, not credit card company. Okay. Going long, 34.72, stop loss $33, target 33 or 37.15. GLP. Going long, 24.36. And I'm using the entry point for the trend following portion of this. And I want the market trend to be mostly, I want that strong market trend. The main trend and the mid trend come in next, and then I'll get our trend strength. Okay. We also want to see that this is at a place where we'll see some momentum and the breakout trade coming in play. Entry 24.36, stop loss 23.13, target 28.05. I need to wait till Caitlin gets back and running so that we can discuss how we're putting all this together. Right now, I'm organizing myself, but Caitlin really helps us organize the website, putting all that together. Okay, we just need a good central place that I could post these and where people can take advantage of them. So General Motors next, going long 61.67. Now General Motors, if you go back and look at every earnings season, you'll see that it has a nice little move up each quarter. Okay, just before earnings. Okay. So we're right there. Earnings season and earnings season is starting next week. Going long 61.67, stop loss 57.48. And target 69.57. HNI long 43.46, stop loss 41.51, target 46.03. So yeah, just take advantage of the ones I'm posting right now, test them out and see if it's part of your trading plan. Okay, see if it fits within what you're looking for. Now I'm starting to use options on these. I'm just taking small trades on these, doing some debit or credit spreads on it. Okay, it's really conservative type option trades. Some of them I'll start off directional, and then after I'm profitable, I'll put the other side on. So I'm legging in on one side and then placing the stop or selling the other side. Yeah, you can use this for futures as well. Let me get this. I got 2 more here. Mohawk Industries. Okay, entry 185, 85, stop loss 177.67, target 200. I'll bring these up again in a little bit. I think this is my last one. VSTO. Long entry 47.97, stop loss 44.70, target 52.81. Okay. All right, let's take, we're about 1 minute away from the market open. And just a reminder, if you've been part of our active income class, don't try to take the active income trades right around the open. Things can get pretty volatile. Okay, about 3 to 5 minutes before, 3 to 5 minutes after, you want to kind of be on the sidelines. Okay. And we are filled. Looks like we got the S&P. That small trade. Let's get our stop loss at about that 4203. So once we start showing a little bit of a profit, I'll adjust my stop loss. Okay. NASDAQ just about ready to trigger. We'll need to see it break that Globex low. Okay. We already have a short trade take setup on that, and I'll adjust my stop loss to 510, bringing that down from earlier area. Order filled. Stocks are supporting it. Okay, just getting a little sell off. Okay, let me get that. There it is. I'm bringing my stop loss way down. Let's start with we'll go 512. Let's find out where that's at. Okay, good enough. Okay. 4804. Like getting a kind of good bounce here. Of course, IBM's one that's moving up. Goldman Sachs. Looks like I might get stopped on that one. Let me just double check where my stop's at. 4805 half. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out on that one. Dow. Okay, still making a move higher. And we're looking for that on the Dow, we are looking for 36,676. Why about that 755? Okay, because that's that range right in there. Okay. Let's see where we have on the Russell. Russell, man. Nice little breakout to the upside. Let's see if that sustains. Now, Russell and gold have been tag teaming. Okay. So the Russell and the gold, they've been, yesterday, they were very much in sync. Okay. And we're looking for that. We got a little breakout. And now we're looking for the pullback. And we can look for your zone right in that area there. I'm just going to wait this one out. Crude oil. We have the OPEC meeting today. Things are quiet. Okay. We can look for it potentially to break out to the upside, break out to the downside. I don't have. Okay. I'd have to look for a demand zone down at 71, 40, 70, 79. Natural gas. Anybody participate in that natural gas trade yesterday? We had that long entry going right there at the breakout. And right now, let's drop down 20-minute chart. Yeah, we have natural gas coming right into that area. And quite possibly look for a couple of these little areas where natural gas could pull back into. I was stopped out on the S&P. A couple of contracts, I net loss $55. Let's come back over here. Let's put in a label row. And we have today is 01, 04. Yeah, let's get our stocks back up there. ESTO. It looks like these are already taken off, yeah. GLP, CC. All right, so out the gate, looks like we missed BXB, so I'll take it off the table. Okay, not going to get in now. It's just, you know, I wasn't able to get in at the breakout there. CC. Let's go ahead and grab 100 shares on that. Buy at the market. And I'm going to place a single order long with the bracket. My target 37.15. Stop loss 33. Good till cancel.
Order filled.
Okay. With GLP. Get our 100 shares out there. Buy stop market 24.36. Single order long bracket. It's going to make it good till cancel. Limit 28.05. Stop loss 23.13. And NASDAQ still holding our trade here. Stocks are really mixed. Again, to any trade taking short, there's going to be elevated risk. Okay. Sometimes we're willing to take that risk, and sometimes we regret that we took that risk. Okay. Now we'll see how it works out. S&P did break out. Now I'm just waiting for that lower zone. But that breakdown 47.92. Okay. Let's take a quick look at our internals. Did have a little buy program. Good position on the advancing decline. Gold still holding out. Russell made that spike. Okay. Russell also has that little area right here for breakout 22.75. Remember, taking the trades on going against the trend are elevated risk. Dow finally made it up to 36,675 area. We'll see if that holds. This was a forecasted area. It was not a zone. Okay. Yeah, it looks like they're going to continue to push things up today. Okay, which is good for our stock plays. Uh, 48. And looks like the S&P breaking out a little bit stronger there. And natural gas back in the zone. Okay. Just kind of going over a couple of our trades. The GLP entry, that was one of the setups today, just posted that trade. General Motors, we missed it, gapped up. HNI, okay, nice little area right here. Only about a $3 move on that. 43.46 up to 46.03. And HNI 100 shares, buy stop market 43.46. Single order long with a bracket. Limit looking for 46.03. And our stop loss 41.51. LEA, missed it. Missed it on the, got to be quick on these. I need to post these out there a little bit earlier so you guys can be able to take advantage of some of these. Visto. Yeah, a lot of these we've missed already. Let's see what we were working on yesterday. We had Hasbro. Okay, Hasbro is still working for us. Okay, I think Hasbro we're up on. We took that yesterday. Also, PARR was another one that we took long yesterday. Okay, it is in play. I know, George, we don't want to start chasing the price, okay? And once we do start putting out, once we start putting out the stock picks, we'll have a little class for everybody that signs up on the stock picks, how to use them, especially use an entry point as well. Okay. All right, let's go back to last week. We had SNX. That one's still underway. Applied Materials. Still looking good. Hewlett Packard. Oh, almost to the target. Nice. Schwab. Yeah, way to go, Schwab. Now, you know, this drives me crazy right here, sitting through some of this, you know, sideways stuff. Okay, and these are all daily charts. So the trade triggered, and then I had 4 or 5 days where it went sideways before it started moving. Okay, I don't sit well in that. Like right here on, we triggered on the first day, price went all the way down, and most likely it's going to would have stopped us out 118.05. SCI. Okay. Still working. And this is where those credit or debit spreads can work out really well in your favor. KBR. Did any of you guys take any of these over the last few days? HP Packard, nice job, George. What did Hewlett Packard do? HPE, I like that one too. Well, heck, that would have paid for your monthly subscription, right? Oh, man, this is dancing around. S&P still pushing higher. No way to get into the Dow. And we're still waiting for Russell. Gold now has a high tide base. Let's see if we're waiting. We're right on the quarter hour. Nothing has lined up with the demand or supply. I was stopped out of S&P for a $55 loss. Okay, during the morning volatility. And looking, oh, there we go. I feel better. It's green now. Anybody else feel better? It's green. And we also have this little area right at the close, near the close. Breaking below 16,449. We're not quite done with the selling yet. It hasn't got down into the negative 800 yet, okay? And use an entry point on a 3-minute chart. A lot of bearishness on it still, okay? Just waiting for the stocks to give it up. And we have economic data coming out here soon. Advancing issues over declining issues. Not yet in the sell territory. Okay, good little example of what we were talking about is US dollar. Here we have an area where price had met supply once, twice, 3 times, okay? So once we see that resistance area and the breakout, we can start targeting this area to find our zone. By turning down the time frame, we can look for the leg base group of candles. There it is. Okay, and then once I have that information, I can go right back out to larger time frame. Don't have to sit there and let the small time frame charts drive me nutty. All right, anything changing? No. No. Yep, NASDAQ, there we go. We're gonna get a bounce right here. 16,449. Our zone is not down to about 16,400. Looks like I've recovered my drawdown for the S&P trade. So my target area, depending on how fast price moves through here, I'd love to see price get into this zone right before or right at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Eastern. Summer, did you get that one? Atta girl. Nice job. You know, I'm really proud of you. You've been making quite a change over the last couple of months. Quite a big change. Now, this is all your hard work. You were determined to find a way, and when you ask the right questions, the whole universe conspires to help you. All right, we're still in our gold trade. Yeah, the trading room and just not trading alone is a big thing. You know, even if, you know, until you really get comfortable trading by yourself. All right, second opportunity, you could add on right here at just below this last little low right here, 16,448, and you got to about 414 as your target. So I'm gonna practice that. Okay. Taking another contract short at 448 half. I'll just add on one more 448 half. And we'll look for that breakdown. Okay. Entry point showing all red, and the forecast is still down to about that 16,393 area, which is right down in this area here, right in the middle of that zone. We'd love for it to intersect down here by 10 a.m. You can follow that painted stop. Okay. And just to give you a little example of that painted stop. Okay, it's not on the bar that's forming right now. It would be on the one that is already completed. 483.76 would be your protective stop loss. Okay, once price closes below, before it starts the next bar, then you can adjust it down. S&P still holding out. Dow going deeper into the zone. Oh, there we go on the NQ. I added on one more contract. Amazon's pulling back, Tesla. So Amazon, Tesla, and Microsoft are the ones in the downside. So we need some help from Apple, Google, and Facebook.
Order filled.
Oh, stop loss was too tight on that. Dang it. Still have two contracts. Got 54 bucks profit on that. Darn rookie mistake. Should have adjusted my stop loss up a little further. A lot of volatility, so you're gonna have to have a lot of wiggle room. Russell still hanging out on the top side, short 22.75. Gold still making a move to the upside. We're right in the middle of a large pocket of points. So you still in that one, Daniel? Nice job. We got crude oil broke out of the area and coming up to that $78 range. Okay, we'll see how OPEC is. We need to take a look at some of the OPEC meeting minutes. Okay. Now, this is a place to take a profit if you're long. It's if you're trying to take a trade short, you're going against a higher time frame trend. Natural gas got a nice little pullback into that zone. Looking for immediate target 3.863. Then once it starts to break through that area, really nothing in the way till we get back up to the other side of here. Right around here. Excuse me. Dow Chemical keeps on going. Just checking my other positions out. No help from the others, S&P, Dow, and Russell. Oh, here comes Russell. Let's get that one set up. I'm going to take the breakout trade on the Russell. There's two places, more conservative one with more profit margin, 22.72. A little more aggressive one could be taken up here about 22.75. Make sure you're giving yourself enough wiggle room. I'm going to give it up to about 27.80. We'll look for that target down here around the session close. Okay. Okay, kind of a mixed market. Things are dancing around, a lot of volatility. Lots of volatility. Okay, a couple of the other futures. We had 5-year. We got a nice little bounce off of that this morning. 10-year. Still waiting for price to come into the zone. Target will be back up about 130 and 10/64. 30-year. Took out that small zone. And we're looking for 156, 8/30 seconds, 155, 26, 30 seconds. Now, crude oil breaking out, have up into that $78 range. Heating oil doing the same. Heating oil has a little bit further to go. Natural gas. Already got that pullback. Australian dollar. Okay, see when price was in between the resistance and support area. Okay, you can see the breakout trades work really well. But supply and demand trades don't often work well. Looking to go short Australian dollar 0.71854 and looking for the target down 0.7100. 10 o'clock. How many guys are stomaching this little bounce through the on the NQ? I mean, this has been really a roller coaster ride. But look at the volume. It's very light volume on these drops. Okay, within the next 2 minutes, I'm going to look to go long if price gets down into this 16,400 area. I'm going to flip the trade around. Notice over here, just out the corner of my eye, I'm waiting also for price on the tick Q. Once it hits this area, a negative 800, that's going to be where the things, it gets a little more exhausted to the downside. But the tick Q is
Order filled.
in front of that, okay? Meaning that it's a lead indicator, so the futures will follow it by about a minute or two, okay? All right, we're back in we're on the Russell. So I got a little slippage on that. Dow's right up into that area, okay? So that was our forecasted area. And S&P quietly moving down. All right, let's get ready. We got about 1 more minute. Love to see the tick Q come down. Nice job, Summer. How many are still in the NQ? How much are you up? Wow, look at this, just no volume. $180, just out. Ed, great job. Okay. I'm about ready to close mine as well. I'm gonna see if I can get see excuse me. See, we're just looking at Apple, and Apple's like right there. You can see if it breaks down. Same with Microsoft. We need Facebook. I just want to see if there's going to be another little push to go through this area. Put my fingers on the button. You lost 1,200, Ed. What happened there? We'll have to work on that one. All right, I'm on. See, the stocks are just getting ready to break down. We got the Apple, if it breaks a little bit lower, I mean, we're getting a little bit of a bounce, okay? But Tesla's moving lower, Amazon, Facebook. So now we're just waiting for Apple to break down below that area, and we should get that next push. Come on, Apple. Apple and Microsoft, we just need them to drop a little bit. Tesla's looking really good. Amazon. So I'm gonna have, I'll look to take a profit here.
Order filled.
My net even with my mistake, $238. Excuse me. I still think it will go lower. Let's go back and check out the internals here. Everything's still kind of quiet. Need gold to clear out that zone there. S&P trade is still set up, but there's no weakness in IBM and Goldman Sachs. Oh, let's go back to Goldman Sachs. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's what we wanted to see. All right, so I am now looking at Goldman Sachs options. So let's look out a little bit further, give myself at least February. Short-term trade on that. Wow, those are expensive. Yeah, out of my price range for Goldman Sachs. Thought I could grab one contract or something. But it looks like Goldman Sachs coming right up into that supply, looking for about a 410 strike price to buy a put. Or you could buy a put somewhere down around that 383 area. Well, those are still really pricey. All right, NQ holding that area. Needed to come down just a little bit further before I'm willing to go long. We have not seen an exhausted move yet. S&P back down to where we were this morning on our breakout. I'm waiting for the next one. Now, expect a bounce right here before it goes through that area. Wow. Excuse me. Now is munching higher. It's right in that 36,755 was that other area, and then it gets into a nice little pocket there. In Q, opposite direction. S&P, not quite to the 814 yet. Okay, yeah, we're still in the Russell. NQ is not getting a very big bounce out of this area. Anybody still in? Nice job, Alexandra. 200 bucks. 104, Stephen, good. Even Miss Natalie. Nice job. Wow, Hewlett Packard, there you go. Who was in Hewlett Packard? Is that George? Stephen. How you feel about that? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Just a few more ticks. Only 10 cents more. See what else with JBHT. No, nothing on that one yet. Don't fight that trend, right? BXB, a nice little gap and go. Yeah, we did get CC. We're up about 45 cents on that one. Up $1.08 on Hasbro from yesterday, and up about 68 cents on PARR. GLP. We're waiting on General Motors. We missed. But just good evidence when everything is level 5, it's an opportunity. HNI, we have a trade set up to go long if it continues to break out. There's the NASDAQ. What time is it? Okay, we're right on the quarter hour. It did get down to that 97 area. But it's a little early. A little early. Oh, anytime. Yeah, I want to make sure, and Caitlin and I are both on the same page here, is that you know, we just kind of keep going through our trading mindset, and we start trading, okay? But we always want to make sure that all the students are being taken care of. I mean, the more money you guys make, the more people that you'll tell about us, okay? They'll see it in the glow in your face, okay? So we want you to be very successful in all of this, extremely successful. So this is why asking questions, we're happy to accommodate and help you see those things. See you later, Stephen. Just tell them to take the day off. Yeah, NQ is still going. You know, that's why I was checking the time. We got out when we wanted to. There was sufficient evidence for us to take a profit. And at the moment we took a profit, we were all pretty happy about it. Still waiting for Apple to break down. And see, once the NASDAQ starts going, it's got a long ways to go to correct. We got to find another way to get into it, which is down here about 16,285. Yeah, the big players are back in. They're not selling, they're just not buying. Okay. Big difference. S&P on a 1200 tick. Let's come back over here. It's got 4 charts. Yeah, I think Russell is going to be our next winner. Dow still no signs of letting down. The S&P is trying to keep up with little Dow. NASDAQ and Russell are running the opposite direction. Yeah, we've got a lot of downside potential. These things start to drop. That's probably why we're seeing the bonds dropping into demand area. Let's see what some of our FX are doing here. Nice little bounce off of support for Swiss franc. Japanese yen. Still got a long ways to go to find that demand. Still waiting on the breakout for the euro. US dollar pulling back into demand. We had that one pegged on the over here, okay? So if we're going to get any type of reversal, we're going to need to see price. This is our only little buy territory that we have left. Next one is down pretty significantly. And we now have this area, which has all been used up as well.
Order filled.
What did we get filled on? I think we got another stock. All right, Russell is in that demand zone. I've got a nice cushion on the Russell. We've got a large pocket of points to the downside. Now, just soon as the Dow, and it's just all about the Dow. Once the Dow starts to change, we'll start to see some momentum to the downside. Yeah, we got filled on GLP stock. Yeah, we're just still in the, just have the Russell. Let's go Russell numbers, okay? We took the breakout to 22.72. Okay, price came down, met that demand in the context of an uptrend. This was the prior session's close where we could expect a bounce. Okay, and showing the weakness on the NQ and some of the others. I'm waiting this out rather than just grabbing the money and run. Okay, what I'm expecting is price will continue to move lower, and the next opposing zone, we could probably look for somewhat of a bounce right around in this area. 22.59, 22.60. Okay. And then once it starts breaking through this area, we can take the breakout at 22.40. Dow's continuing to push through that area. But our indexes are really mixed. See, this is what's causing a lot of problems right here. Bonds down, S&P sideways, Dow's vertical up, NASDAQ's vertical down. I mean, lot of mixed up market, very choppy. Okay. Our trade we took on a GBP Aussie dollar is still working out nicely, looking for that target. Yeah, it shouldn't be nice to pick that top, wouldn't it? Take that all the way down. Gold, still in gold, Daniel? Out with 300, okay. Still have the OPEC meeting. Natural gas, natural gas breaking back down. Yeah, that goes to show you, again, just kind of more confirmation that buy territories and sell territories in between a resistance and support most often will fail. Take breakout trades, okay, but the demand and supply often fail in that area. Dow finally showing a little weakness. Here come Russell coming around the far outside. Well, Russell, take this out. Just be real cautious right around the 2260 area. Anybody in the Russell? Nice job, Dennis. Hi, Maddie. Natalie, you're going to take the breakout, 2266, okay. Yeah, we got out of NASDAQ way too soon. But you know, the stocks were not supporting it, and Apple has not broke down yet, nor is Microsoft. So a good little bounce right now. We could take our support and resistance area. And we could splice into this. We still have large downside potential all the way down to 15,800. Okay. We just have to find a way to get into the trade. Here's one way to step in is a breakout. This will be the third touch of that area, 16,365. Okay. Tricky Dow. British pound. Aussie dollar. This little moves up. Wow, nice job on the Dow Chemical. Still going long. Up, still up about 30% on the call options, yeah. Nice job, Don. Wow, still going. We've got our opposing zone. We're already up about 13 points. Once it gets up around that 20, 24, 25 point range, that's where you need to start looking to grab a profit. My calls expire in 45 days, February 18, George, for the Dow Chemical. All right, NQ getting a nice little bounce. I'm gonna set up another trade, take that next move down from 365 to 291. And make sure I give enough wiggle room, 94. Come on, NASDAQ, you can do it. How we doing with Russell? Anybody on Russell? Woo, there it goes. Took it out. Capturing a couple of pictures for marketing. All right, what time is it? Right at the bottom of the hour. Yeah. All right, we're about ready to wrap up our session for today. I'll be with you guys tomorrow as well. Okay. Got the internals. Things are starting to get a little weak. No trade zone. Okay, kind of right in the neutral areas from the start. The markets are starting to quiet down pretty quickly. Had a quick look at NQ. Okay. Oh my gosh, Cindy. Wow. See, I knew you had it in it. You're a really smart person. Nice job, Maddie. Yeah, why don't you guys post all of that in there? Post what you made today in the live trading room. Yeah, I could see that big smile on your face, Cindy. Good job, Summer. Good job, Natalie. Yeah, I'm still looking for the breakdown here on the NQ 365 3/4. That's where I just placed the trade sell short, looking for 16,291. Nice job, Dennis. Now, as you're looking at your stock plays, remember, as we kind of close out our session, that 39% of a stock's move is directly correlated to the equity indexes. 41% of the move is sector and industry. So 80% of your stock's move has nothing to do with the stock. It's just if the market's rising or the market's falling, okay? And we can see right now, we're kind of in a riptide, okay? Dow going up, NASDAQ going down, S&P is flat, okay? Stop loss for the NQ. It's a big one, 403 at this moment, okay? Now, I most likely will not last for that. If it does not get a good move through that area, you know, and starts to bounce back up, I'll probably jump out. Looks like it's about ready to trigger now. I wouldn't use the Fibonacci lines they basically help me identify structure and patterns. I would not use the 618% retracement as a place to put a stop loss. Now what is needed to be seen right now, if the NQ is going to break down, is we need all the stocks to start turning lower. And the only ones that we have really on the bearish side right now would be Amazon and Tesla. We're going to need help from Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, and Google breaking lower in order to get more of that momentum to the downside. Now, the 88.6, I would use more or less as a place to reference an entry. Looks like it's going to trigger here. Right as our session is wrapping up. Now remember, you only have till about 11 a.m. Eastern. If you're taking the breakout trade here on the NQ, it's elevated risk right now because Apple and Microsoft and Facebook are not making lows. Okay. So this could jump right back up on you. Okay. Be safe out there. Nice job on your trade, Daniel. Nice job, everybody, today. You did really a fantastic job. I mean, it was kind of a quiet open, but we all made some nice little daily income. So, having said that, I'm going to wrap up our session, and we will see you guys all tomorrow. There we go. Be ready to take a profit. Right now, you need to monitor really closely Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook. Okay, Tesla's helping out. Google needs to come down. But if they're all dropping, just have your finger on the close button so it doesn't blow up on you like that. Okay. So we don't have a lot of support from Apple and Microsoft here. Okay, we need their support in order to keep this going lower. Okay. Have a great trading day, everybody, and keep the money you've made. See you tomorrow morning.